This is the problem that needs to stop and is getting embarrassing. Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room where we talk nothing but basketball. So, the issue is we have so many games going on in one night that are cool or decent, and some of them are ass, and then you have the next day with 3 games that are terrible. Like yesterday, for example. There was no way in hell you could have told me that the Pelicans were going to give the Nuggets a run for their money. No way possible. I sat there and I watched this game, like I would say 10 hours after it happened. I went back and rewatched it because I'm thinking to myself, like, the Nuggets are way better than the Pelicans. The Pelicans were 4-24 before this happened. Now they're 5-25. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is happening? How did this go to overtime? That's one. 2, how did this even come to a 3-point difference? And I'm watching, I'm like, the Nuggets are supposed to be this great team, this like playoff type team, you know? And I'm watching the game, and obviously we know that the Nuggets have not been the same since they won the championship. We know that they've been dependent on Nikola Jokic even more now, and we know that that's an issue. I didn't know it was this bad, though. I did not know that the Nuggets literally need Jokic for every little thing, or they will lose to a team that's like the Pelicans. I saw the first quarter and I'm looking around and I'm like, okay. At first, I'm not going to lie to you, I saw the stats after the first quarter or sometime in the first quarter, and I thought Jokic wasn't playing. So I'm like, no way, Jokic is not playing. They're going up against the Pelicans. They should win this game. I'm not going to watch this shit. While I wake up in the morning, I look at the game. I'm looking at stats just to make sure my predictions was right. And I was way off. The Nuggets are embarrassing. This is terrible. This is sad. And the worst part about it is you look down their roster from 1 to 15. Their bench is terrible. Their backup center is still DeAndre Jordan. I don't even know how old DeAndre Jordan is. I don't even remember the last time I heard his name. I was watching this game. I'm like, DeAndre Jordan? Are y'all kidding me? There's no way y'all dead ass. Like, there's no way this is happening in the NBA in 2024, 2025. Y'all got DeAndre Jordan backing up Nikola Jokic. Y'all got Russell Westbrook on the court with DeAndre Jordan. I couldn't believe it. It didn't make sense to me. Jamal Murray tried, and it took every single point from Jamal Murray and every single breath and energy and point, an ounce of effort from Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets to beat the Pelicans by 3 points. 3 points in overtime. And mind you, they almost lost. There was a time when the Pelicans were up by 16 points. 16? The New Orleans Pelicans, without Brandon Ingram, without Zion Williamson, that's another problem that I also got to speak about. You're doing bad to a Pelicans team without BI and without Zion? I don't even know what those two have been so far. I'm not even sure if they played a game this season. But you're doing bad to a team without its top 2 players? Now, if Zion was playing and not BI, or BI was playing and not Zion, I would have been like, okay, cool. I can see how they're struggling. Neither one of them is playing. And I'm pretty sure this is not the first game this season where neither one of them is playing. And you're struggling You're struggling to CJ McCollum, who is probably in his mid-30s right now, and a bunch of role players. That's who you're struggling against. I want to say something positive about the Nuggets, but this is not the day. Maybe later tonight when they play the Suns, I'll come back tomorrow and say something great about the Nuggets, but today is not the day. This was terrible. And the fact that it took this much effort and this much energy to beat a team like the Pelicans, what is it going to take to beat the Suns on the back-to-back with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal? I don't know who else is going to play, because I know the Suns are going to play on Christmas. There's also another thing too I want to talk about. I thought the NBA put in rules specifically to go against load management. Why are players still load managing? I thought you had to give them some type of evidence that they're actually injured. You have to go through a whole process, this, that, and the third. You can't win nothing if you don't play more than 62 games. Da-da-da-da. Joel Embiid hasn't played a single back-to-back. You telling me somehow they are printing out evidence for him to be injured every back-to-back? There are some games where I literally look at the game and I'm like, okay, this game should be nice, and I'm going to watch it. And then first quarter starts and I see the star player is not playing. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching for? What am I watching for? What is it for me to see? I'm not a scout. I'm not here scouting for great talent. I don't care to see everybody else play besides the star player. Unless it's a game like this where the Pelicans are giving Nuggets the beats. They're working their ass out. Pause. Then I'm going to watch it because it's like, how does this even happen? I feel bad for the Pelicans. The Pelicans had so much hope, so much potential. Zion was supposed to be this great player for them. Brandon Ingram was supposed to be like some type of version of Kevin Durant. CJ McCollum was supposed to be some type of, version of himself on the Blazers. And the supporting cast is so amazing. Usually we talk about the starting lineup is great, but the supporting cast is not there. Like with the Lakers. Or we say the star player is there, the talent is there, but the bench isn't. Like with the Nuggets, the Suns. But with the Pelicans, they have the opposite problem. The bench is there. The supporting cast is there. Role players, there. Star players, nowhere to be found. I don't want to blame Zion's eating habits. That seems very childish. And I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I think that's just something that we've all made up for the sake of clicks. But there is an issue. Now, obviously, he has mentioned this eating habit situation on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. So we know, it is a minor issue, or it was an issue at a certain point, but there's no way that is still the issue to this day. This is a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man. There's no way he's having eating habits problems. There's no way. B.I., I'm not going to lie to you, Brandon Ingram is usually one of my favorite players to watch. He's usually great. And when he's on the court, he's performing. Injuries, man. A lot of injuries to Brandon Ingram. It seems like every year, the beginning of the year, he's not there. Or maybe he'll start off the beginning, the first 10, 15 games, and then he's gone for a long part. of the season, a huge chunk of the schedule. And that's what scares me about players like Brandon Ingram. This should never be the case. He's too great of a talent. And maybe it's something with his training. Maybe it's something with his eating. Maybe it's something with the way he takes care of his body. I don't know. Or maybe it's nothing at all, and it's just like, that's just his luck. I don't know. I can't really say too much bad things about Brandon Ingram. He's out on serious injuries. Zion probably out on a serious injury too. I don't believe that we're sitting here worried about a grown-ass man's eating habits. Worried about a grown-ass man's eating habits. I refuse to believe some dumbass shit like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this game. I wasn't even going to talk about it. The only reason why I spoke about it is because it was so embarrassing. And honestly, I felt like there was no other option. The Nuggets need something. But anyways, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E, and thank you so much for coming out to the locker room. Safety.